Now with all the projections we did thus far, let's now add another stage again after all our projections. So here, I'll add another group stage because this is another common scenario that you first want to restructure your data, recalculate some fields as we are doing it. We're adding brand new fields which didn't exist before. And then you want to group on these derived fields. In my case here, I want to group on the birth date. And yes, this was available before, but not as a date at least. We converted it, and I will now take advantage of this conversion. So we'll take advantage of my birth date, which is now stored as a date in the group stage here. We saw the group stage before. We add underscore ID here, and then we define by which value we want to group. Now here, I want to group by birth date, but not by the date, but let's say by the year. So birth year is by which I want to group. Therefore, we add a document here, and then the operator is the isoWeekYear operator, which basically retrieves the year out of a date. So the date then is stored in $birthdate, pointing at my birthdate field, of course. And now what do I want to do when grouping these documents? Well, I want to calculate how many persons were born in this year. So num persons is what I calculate here, and I use sum1 to basically add 1 for every document that goes into that group. And since one document represents one person, I will have the number of persons per birth year here at the end. So now with that, whoops, this is isoWeekYear, by the way. Should be week year. So now let's copy that, paste it in here. And you see, I got my years extracted here as a long number. This is what MongoDB did for me. And I see how many persons were born in there. Obviously, my other projection phases are now rendered a bit useless, since I don't take advantage of all the other fields I added here. This is just temporarily. I just wanted to show you that you can group on the results of projections. So here I have the group stage. Let's now maybe even sort. And let's sort on the num persons in descending order to start with the most persons first. If I now enter this here, now we see most persons in the example dataset were born in 1955.